count. So with that, we turn our attention to a subject that I want to talk about, and that is holiday decorum, as we lighten things up here in the KDKA Radio Afternoon News. And we are happy to be joined by Sharon Schweitzer. She's an international etiquette and modern manners expert. Hey, Sharon, thanks so much for joining us. How does one become an international etiquette and modern manners expert? That's what my wife will probably tell me I need to take a class.
Well, I practiced law for about 15 years doing labor and employment law. And I'll tell you, that's a lot of sex, drugs, and rock and roll in the workplace. And so there's a lot of kind of separating people and trying to resolve disputes. And sometimes it gets right down to, do you know your etiquette, and are you behaving with manners in the workplace? And so that kind of stretches over into what you were born with and what you grew up learning. And so sometimes you behave as an adult as you behaved as a child.
Okay, so in the holidays, how about some practical applications of all the things that you've learned and you are now consulting folks on, whether it be tipping at the holiday dinner at a restaurant, or perhaps navigating the always precarious holiday party, which we here at Entercom Communications had last night, and there are some stories circulating around the office today, and some folks were a little late getting out of bed. Then also the regifting techniques. Let's start actually navigating the office holiday party, if folks have not had their holiday party at the office just yet.
Okay. Well, the first thing about the office holiday party is to make sure you understand the organizational culture. So you want to understand kind of what's happened in the past, what are the rules, make sure you RSVP, and then, of course, make sure you act appropriately. So you want to make sure that you dress appropriately, you want to make sure you arrive on time, you thank the hosts, you thank the party planners, and then you want to make sure you greet all of your colleagues warmly. You don't just ignore the people that you share the cubicle with or that you office next to. You always say hello to those folks, but you want to make sure that you greet the powers that be. And you go up and introduce yourself to the folks up the food chain who you may not normally get to see every day.
All right, how about the regifting etiquette? There is such a thing, huh?
Oh, yes. Oh, there's definitely regifting. And the thing about regifting is you want to regift immediately. According to American Express, 76% of U.S. Americans believe regifting is socially appropriate. So if you're planning to do so, be sure to regift in different social and family circles. Also, remove all traces of the original giving, including handwritten notes, cards, and gift tags that may reflect someone else's name as the giver and the receiver.
We are chatting with Sharon Schweitzer. She's an international etiquette and modern manners expert here on the KDKA Radio Afternoon News. Figured we'd bring her on here because this is the time of year where things can kind of go a little sideways over the holidays if you do not show your best etiquette or manners, and that can be around the dinner table or with the in-laws, the outlaws, family gets together. What's the best way to navigate those waters that at times can be choppy?
That's right. So whether it's a drunk uncle and incessant questions about who you're dating or your family's inability to understand your life choices, the holidays can bring out the worst sometimes in some family get-togethers. So the best thing you can do is be polite and then grin and bear it. It might be tough, but your best bet is to be civil to everyone, even if some of the relatives aren't your favorite. Your mature attitude and your behavior are going to help reduce bickering and fights, either at the family reunion, the dinner table. So small talk in the U.S. is what people do. They talk about the weather, sports, the books they've read, movies they're going to see or have seen, vacation trips they've either gone on during the year or that they're planning to do. These are wonderful topics that people can relate to. And of course, pets. Pets and children are some of the very best topics that you can have that are non-controversial.
Okay, holiday tipping. How about this? How much do you tip around the holidays and why? And even better question, what if the folks that you're trying to tip can't accept tips? How do you express your appreciation? I have about 30 seconds, Sharon.
Well, holiday tipping is designed for those who are loyal and long-term service providers. So you can go to our blog and look at that. If you're going to express your gratuity, make sure you look at office policy or organizational policy. And if they don't let you do it with cash or a gift card, you can do it with baked goods. Many places have a policy they don't allow it, or if they do allow it, it has to be shared with everyone equally.
Okay, good ideas there. Thank you so much, Sharon Schweitzer, International Etiquette and Modern Manners Experts. Figured we roll that topic out here over the holidays. 645 KDKA Radio. Traffic